Hello again, friends. See if we can continue our climb, reverse the trajectory of our current Elo struggles. Get the white pieces. Excellent. So E4. 2107 is the opponent. See if he wants to give us a game. He's going to give us a Scandinavian. And I am going to transpose it into Blackmar Diemer. Going to go here. Castle. Bring our bishop out to defend this. Opponent seems to be playing very quickly. I have not thrown him for a loop with my transposition, but still a pretty good position, I think. Okay. Opponent just under 16 minutes, and I have just over 16 minutes. So we have played this opening quite quickly. Um, Seems like he's quite familiar with it, and I'm also very familiar with it. So black is up a pawn. I have a huge lead in development with a lot of pressure down the F file. And he's got to decide where he wants to castle. He probably is not going to want to castle into this attack, but he doesn't have a good way to maybe, I mean, castling queenside. I've also got my queen very nicely placed here. I could easily launch into a queenside attack as well. He may want to leave his king in the center. Um, got ideas of knight e4 to deflect this knight away. I'll need my queen off of that square though, so that it's not an attack on the queen. He looks like he might be preparing queenside castling. Okay. Queenside castle. Well, here takes, runs into just knight coming back here. Maybe I could get two pieces for the rook with takes, and takes. Mm, I'll be left with the two bishops and a rook versus two rooks. Might be pretty good compensation. Um, what about this? Uh, Giving a triple attack on the knight, and he attacks the queen. I reinforce my attack on the bishop. But then he takes, and it's defended by the queen. So that's a no-go. Mm, It seems as though he does want to castle queenside. If I come here and he takes, and I take, and he comes, brings the knight back to f6. My bishop's under attack. I still have the option of two pieces for the rook. It's a lot of pawns on the board still. Maybe two pieces for the rook is worth it. If it's the two bishops. Apparently he only, see, he has two defenders. So what am I miscalculating? I think I am miscalculating. I would need the bishop here first before I could get two pieces for the rook. Oh, no. After this exchange. Knight here takes, knight here attacking. Then I get two pieces for the rook. And those two pieces are the bishops. I think that's my path. He gets the rook and a pawn, actually, since I've already gambited the pawn. Oh, he marches forward with the pawn. Not something I calculated. Probably something I should have calculated. So I've just got to come back, it looks like. And this isn't a thing because of all of this. But his F square is no longer as weak. He's now got a weakness on the E6 square, which I can swing around and exploit pretty easily, I think. He picks up another pawn. And I'm just going to defend my pawn and keep him off this diagonal. And I think attacking this pawn looks reasonable, picking up the pawn. He's got two pawns right now, but I'm going to pick one of them back up, and the E pawn. That's going to be a nice pickup. I don't think he can defend it because that just puts him on a very nice attack, I think. Although the queen defends this again too. Dang it. So if he defends it and I try to take and he takes back with a pawn, I've sacked a rook. Hmm. Okay. Not quite ready to sack a piece here. Maybe bringing the bishop up here first, though, so then I can sack the rook with the bishop here. Pawn takes, runs into queen here. Check. King runs, and I get to pick up the rook. Pick my piece back up. So I think that's a reasonable move. Might also have an idea of piling up on the e pawn. think he probably brings his rook just to the G file. Yeah, rook G8 prevents my sack idea. But can I now attack the e-pawn a second time? I think so. Do I want to do it with this rook or with this rook? Here, maybe he's got G5, threatening a fork, trapping my bishop as well. My bishop is looking at like it's a little endangered there of getting trapped. Here, I don't really want to bring my rook off the back rank either, because there's always queen here. Queen eyes this square also. So I think this is the move. What's he got now? He could try to make this knight better, but then he loses the rook. Can't push the pawn because it's pinned. He defends it. Okay. He defends the pawn with the knight. These pieces are very, I mean, they're doing a good job of defense at the moment. I can sack the bishop. He takes with the king. I take with the bishop. He brings his rook up. Hmm, maybe I take the knight. He takes with the king. I take with the rook. I'm getting a
And this one is for everyone who went on the
advertisement.
marathon yesterday. Hope you're doing okay out there.
I don't know where the advertisement's coming from. I don't know if you heard that on the recording, but I just got an audio ad in my headphones here, I'm assuming from chess.com. Um, so bishop takes, king takes, rook takes, threatening to discover on the rook. Maybe also moving the rook over here. Hmm. The threat is greater than the execution, however. So should I just go ahead and move this? Pile up more pressure? Did my opponent disconnect? Well, I hope he didn't abandon the game. Okay, good. Um, what about piling up more pressure? I like that. I think we just increase the pressure on the weak pawn. I could have taken it right here by taking the knight, but I like the disjointed rooks. The knight is kind of cutting the position in half for black, and its pieces are tripping over each other. And if he presses here, threatening this fork, I've got the check. Can he press? Oh, did I not take that into consideration? Maybe I sidestep with the queen. Yeah, I do have my own weak pawn. That's true. Takes, takes, takes. Threatens the bishop now, along with a discover on the rook. So I think now is the time to take. I think I take. And he has options to take back. He could take back with the rook. Then I take with my own rook, and any rook move is discovered. I hope he's not abandoning the game. He seems to have disconnected, but he's online now. I was hoping that should have taken me to my own game, though. Where's here? Okay, he took back. He took back with the king. Ooh. He did take back with the king, and now I think I get the exchange out of this at least. And I'm still down a pawn, but oh, maybe two pawns. He's still attacking this. But I have the rooks in an attack on the bishop. Could attack my rook. But then maybe rook here. Well, he defends. He defends with the rook. I bring the queen over for the gun, Alekine's gun. He's got to bring another defender here, here, or maybe the queen back. And then I've got queen over here, perhaps. I like that very much. Alkine's gun. I don't get it too often these days, but it's a nice positional advantage. Because now if he moves the bishop anywhere, we've got some serious checkmate threats on the back rank. And my opponent is really, really in a tight spot. This is going to be very difficult for him to navigate. Think, I mean, it just seems natural to defend it. Although that takes away a running square for the king. He's also got this move to chase my bishop away at some point, which I'm not a huge fan of. Hmm. I don't have any more pieces to bring to the party, though. That's the problem. All of my everything is thrown at this. He's got one, two, three defenders. He abandoned the game. Ah, I do have a crushing advantage, but one, two, three attackers, one, two, three defenders. It's like it's gonna be a huge challenge to break through that to hold the defense. But I didn't expect him to abandon it. My opponent did not play that greatly. Um, 1750, very well below his rating. But I mean, gonna chalk that up as one of my highest rated wins. So we're in book Blackmar Diemer, and it calls that question like it it always wants me to kick that bishop. But this is I swear a book line. This is just natural development. Kick that bishop and make him do something with it. But then if he takes, am I stuck taking back with the pawn and this really exposed kingside? I have never played this position where I kick the bishop. I'm gonna have to explore it a little bit because it never seems to like my bishop moves, but I still have pretty good results with it. Um, so my opponent and I both played this very quickly, and White's development is huge. There's such a developmental advantage here. Um, his king is probably going to be safest in the middle, but I don't know what I do if I'm black here. That did seem like a logical move. Just developing the knight to the edge of the board, forcing the queen back somewhere, and maybe bringing the other knight to defend it. But then I get to kick this knight. So no, no, I don't. I don't think I do. That's pretty dangerous, at least. This was a mistake as well. Um, they thought I should have got the king to the corner, which is pretty thematic in many of these positions. Get him off of this diagonal because Eventually, I want to get my bishop into the action, and this diagonal could be weak. I overlooked that pawn push. It was a mistake for him to take. And it was a mistake for him to defend. Just push that pawn and get it, trade it off. Or give it up. Just give it up. And this was a miss. I should have slid the queen over. And I did want that queen on a light square at some point later on, so I guess it makes sense to do it now. And moving the rook over, I thought was natural as well, but the computer is calling this almost blunderous. It's a mistake, but I jumped to a almost 4 full points on the eval bar. He should have brought his bishop in to defend the dark squares. It wanted me to do the other rook, but meh. Now my rook battery is a massive threat, and this actually was scary. The pawn push here. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do because this is imminent. So probably if he pushes here, I slide the queen over so that I could come up here and attack, defend my bishop. Well, my bishop's locked. And if I can, I guess it works if I can trade it for the knight, though. This was a miss. I should have sacked the rook, really. Just let him. Yeah, the bishop is a really powerful piece here, keeping this square from the king. And he should have defended with the rook. Well, I wish my opponent would have played it out because while my position is overwhelming, um, I don't have any more pieces to bring at the moment. And like, what even is my best plan here? Let's get out of the game review. Let's go to the analysis. I mean, this wasn't a brilliant game on my part or anything, but let's get out of this and let's go to here's my engine analysis. There we go. There we go. So all the way up here, like uh, my best move to continue is Queen H6. That's kind of what I was thinking, actually. Queen H6 is a great move. Queen D7. Rook takes E because the rook is pinned. Yeah. Yeah, that is disastrous for black. So why is Queen D7 the best move? What's the next best move? It's just rook takes D4. And king here, that drops the rook. King here opens the discovery. So yeah. Yeah. I probably would have found that, yeah. Which is maybe why he abandoned the game. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that. It was not like I mean, it was a high level opponent. I was hoping for a higher level game, but uh, I'll take the points, definitely. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoy uh, sharing some more chess with me.